Hello, I'm Carl, and this is ProCycle. Today's Tech Talk, we're going to talk about setting up your bike for big rides. We really like to talk about reducing fatigue. That's going to make big rides more enjoyable. You get to go farther. You're not going to be so whipped at the end of the day. The next morning, you're going to say, I don't want to get back on that bike. We want to make sure you don't have fatigue or reduce it as much as possible, and you'll have happy rides, because when fatigue sets in, that's usually when mistakes happen. We don't want you to do that. We want you to go day after day on your long rides, your weekend rides, whatever it is. We want to make sure you are comfortable and reduce as much fatigue as possible. One of the key things about reducing fatigue is where you hold onto the bike, how you sit on the bike. We're going to show you a setup in just a moment, but we're going to talk about some key elements. One of the key things you notice on new bikes, they have bar end weights, and the design of that bar end weight is to absorb the vibration the motorcycle creates so it doesn't translate to you. Better way to do it is to get some alloy handlebars. We got these real cool handlebars now from Warp 9. Alloy handlebars do have a little bit of flex to them. They're a little bigger in the middle. They taper down to the same size as all your switch gear levers are going to be, and the aluminum absorbs a lot of vibration, eliminating the need for bar end weights. Getting a good, comfortable pair of alloy handlebars is going to reduce a lot of fatigue, going to make your rides happier day after day. Another thing to consider is a better quality seat. That reduces a lot of fatigue. I've heard guys, they want to just stand up when they ride because the stock seats are pretty terrible. So we have seats from Seat Concepts. We have them from Sargent. They're much better foam, much better material on the top, and the pan they're actually bolted onto is much better quality than OEM. So getting a better quality seat and better handlebars, those are the key steps in reducing a lot of fatigue, making your day-to-day ride a lot more comfortable. But now we're going to talk about the bike setup, how things should be on the bike, how things should be for you when you go ride, again, to reduce the fatigue in your hands, your arms, and the controls on the bike. One of the key things we want to talk about with doing that is your handlebars. First thing you got to remember with your handlebars is the handlebar where your lever is should be parallel to the ground. We don't want them tilted up or tilted down. That puts your wrist at an awkward position. Having handlebars with a parallel to the ground when you sit on the bike, that's going to be a more natural position for how your arms are going to reach out. So keeping those in a flat position is going to be good. Another thing to consider, as long as you're setting up the bike, is hand guards. Hand guards, the rail that's the front of the hand guard needs to face forward. Also needs to be parallel with the ground. We don't want those tilted up. We don't want those tilted down. We want them parallel. So should you have the misfortune of impacting something, it comes straight at you. If they're up and you impact something, it's going to bend out of the way, exposing your hand. Keep those handrails parallel to the ground. Now, to show how we set up levers and such, going to get a lovely assistant from our studio audience, Austin. Step on up here. We got our fabulous Austin. He's going to get on the bike, and we're going to show a couple details of how this should be set up for you. Swing a leg over, get on up there, get ready to go for a big ride. One of the key things for hand comfort, we don't want your hands where you're always reaching up or always reaching down to operate the brake or the clutch lever. So from your elbow to your wrist bone to the handlebars to the lever should be a straight line so your hand reaches out more natural. If you find that, I'm going to spend a majority of the time standing up on the pegs, you're going to be off-road a lot, at that point you may want to adjust it there. If you say 50% or more of my riding is going to be off-road, you want to get where you're not having to reach up to operate the brake or the clutch lever, so you could turn it down a little bit more in that kind of condition. But overall, mass majority of everybody is going to be sitting on the bike, again, having a straight line from elbow, wrist bone, handlebar to the lever, should all be a straight line, most comfortable position to control things by. So having that, with the horizontal bars, this in a good place, and the seat, quality seat, that's going to be your most comfort and your best control overall. And again, hey, as always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to give us a like and thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and newsletter, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And remember, your ride begins here.